Hi folks, it's mid-afternoon on Sunday, so that can only mean one thing. We're out in the business headquarters, and what is becoming a very regular part of the Sunday routine is the Sunday unboxing. Now, I would have made mention in some of the videos earlier in the week that we had a good lot of stuff ordered to come in from overseas in the middle of last week. Any of you who looked at my Instagram post, I can't remember if it was yesterday or today, I put a photo of this big unit here, which I had been excitedly looking forward to its arrival for the last week or so. Believe it or believe it not, since I put in this order and it was delivered, I have another order going in, which will hopefully be here maybe in the middle of the week, and I'm pondering the idea of doing one more, but trying not to, because I will admit at this stage myself that my spending on it's expanding. This part of the business has been absolutely bizarre in the last few weeks, and we sort of have to get things back on track and maybe start thinking about getting a few bob back in, which leads me on nicely to remind any of you who have seen it previously and inform any of you that didn't know to please log on to buy-and-talk-sport.com and check out our newly introduced online store. We have a small range of merchandise for sale on the site at the moment. I would hope and expect that that range of stuff will be expanding in the weeks and indeed months ahead. I'm always grateful to all of you for your support, and I'm very excited by some of what we have in the pipeline going forward. We may even have a few surprises in store for Christmas if things go the way we want them to go, but please do check out the online store. There's some pretty cool looking stuff there, I have to say myself, especially given that the weather is getting a bit colder and we'll all be looking for an extra bit of warmth. I don't want to give a whole lot away, but please do go and have a look, and if you see anything you do like, placing an order, and that is simple enough. I was even able to manage it myself just on a test run, so that'll tell you how easy it is. Also, as always, I must remind you to please click the like and subscribe buttons for this video. The more interaction we have with you, our viewers, the more options it opens up for us with regard to the quality of content we can put together for you. But for now, I see my good ladies behind me putting lights together. So when she's ready, we will get on with this here unboxing. And I think, as much as I was tempted to open this box myself, I don't think letting me loose with a Stanley blade might be the wisest decision anyone ever made, but I'll make a start on it anyway.
No.
Before the chief knife operator takes over. Now, to be honest with you, I ordered that much stuff. I can't exactly remember what's in this box, but I'm allowing there could be something I've been after for
No.
a little while in it.
So,
Because we have a box in a box with the looks of things. Let's see, what will I get my hand on first? What have we? Oh, it's another little...
oh, it's
It's an LED video light for the top of the camera, which will hopefully improve picture quality and give us a little bit more flexibility if we want to film at night or we're working late out here or whatever the case may be. Herself is handing it to me now, and I can just about see it with the floodlight shining into me. There we are now. So I'm assuming, and no doubt my beautiful assistant will confirm this, I'm assuming it just clips to the top of the camera.
yeah, just clips
To the
and
top.
batteries. So I might put battery in it and see what brightness it is.
Yeah.
That was. We'll put prices and links
Yeah.
under the video. I can't remember how much that was at all.
Because I presume there's a delivery docket in here somewhere. Video microphone. Now this is going to look rather interesting.
Teeny, but
This is one of the ones you clip onto the lapel. Is it, love?
no, this is
Oh no.
smaller
No.
than we thought.
No.
But-
No. This is a different
It'll
thing
do for the shed.
altogether. I was thinking this was one of the lapel ones that you might see newsreader.
That's coming during the week.
Oh, I've just been informed that is coming as well. And there's one more I have my eye on myself, which we'll get to at some later stage. Now what have we? We have a Stanley box of Allen keys, or as posh people call them. Oh, hold on. We've a few bits in here, but and of course I took the bag out upside down.
Yes.
I'll have to
Hold on.
yes, it may be just safer to let herself do the unpacking. Yes, I think we can
No.
definitely. Good, and there's a wide range of stuff.
So I believe we will get deck.
We will get Mr.
Put that on the
Declan
wall.
to put that on the wall
Another job for him.
tomorrow.
It's quite nifty.
We'll eventually figure out what way to go.
We see there we go. It's kind of
It stands up. The
each
stand
side.
open numbers and fill them in. And it's funny, myself and Declan were just having a conversation about this on Friday when I was over in, am I allowed to call it the job, even though we do more dossing over there
Serious stuff.
than anything else. But especially with the wheelchair, the amount of things that you will go to open up or whatever it be. The one I have it, and I have the big lad here.
Oh, so it kind of.
The amount of things you will go to open up on a wheelchair. in
Well, that's
particular-
sort of
on a wheelchair. in
We will
particular.
show that with its app and meter.
We will show that tomorrow when I go to the eater. The amount of things you go to open on a wheelchair, and when you go to open them, it's Allen key or hex key only. This is a phone cover, I think, is it?
Yes, your phone.
Aha! Oh, no. Now, here is what I've been looking for. Now, I shall have to get Darling to unbox as well. And just by doing all that, I've solved the mystery as to what that is, but we'll get to that in a moment. And Now, and they come in the rock cloth as well, which is absolutely marvellous. Now, again, do we want to open out, or will we leave it till tomorrow until they're up?
Well, no, because these don't go.
Oh, we're not putting these up.
Well, I don't know. See.
No, you're right, actually. Yeah, we could put them in.
Go on, roll the rest of it out. Oh.
We can put them in something else which will become visible in a moment, and that looks even better than what I originally thought they looked like online, because the bloody handles are that easy to grip that if why am I saying if? By saying if, I'm only giving the doubters what they want to hear. When I go to use them, there's a good strong grip on them as well, which I should be well able to make me way around with. That was number 19, which I think came out of there. That was out of there, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that only leaves, well, I was going to say it only leaves one, but it actually leaves two, because we know what that is as well. We'll get to that in a moment.
Where else should we?
How should we go with this one first?
I'm behind you.
Actually, oh yes, I forgot. The good lady actually brought me up a surprise which I hadn't ordered, and by the way, I completely forgot I'd ordered that as well, but I'll get back to it in a minute. But anyway, she brought me up a surprise today which I didn't know anything about, but when I seen it, it was very obvious that it would come in very handy straight away. It is just I don't know, what would you call it? A small
Parts organizer.
well, that's, yes, well, the word small parts organizer written on the box, but I would imagine us being us, well, I know I certainly have a slightly different use in mind for it. To me, them little drawers would make ideal seed trays, and mention of seed trays is a slight little hint to what we will hopefully have coming later in the week, along with some other bits and bobs. But there's part of me actually relieved to say that at long last, for now at least, I think that's all the tools and gear bought that we need. He says until he goes on Amazon and spots something else, it'll come in handy. But look, I will admit, I have never made. Oh yes, we'll just talk about this first, because again, I admit that I had forgotten I'd even ordered this. What have we now? It's grow your own vegetables in pots and containers. A practical guide to growing food in small spaces. Well, now, I think that's fair. Oh, and we now have a second light on the small tripod.
Just show the... So this will go on top of the camera?
Yes, that is actually the camera light. And that, well, seeing it on the smaller tripod is actually very interesting, because it evidently clips onto a number of different receivers and brackets and that. So we will have the option of moving it around if needs be. Anyway, back to this book. As I say, it's fairly well self-explanatory. You know, it's because it's something that we had wanted to do, was to leave ourselves in a situation whereby we could and hopefully can and will be in a position to grow veg to 12 months of the year, hopefully, and as I have repeatedly said on videos and in writing, that I certainly haven't given up on going back into livestock farming of some sort at some point, and I've no intention of doing, but not only am I finding the vegetable farming very enjoyable, I think there is certainly potential there to develop it into a business opportunity at some level. And the beautiful lady is nodding her approval behind the camera, which I always need to see, because I make no secret of the fact that I have very little confidence in myself when it comes to taking on new things and that, which brings me on nicely to just, I suppose we'll call it the wrap up for this particular part of the day's work anyway. Well, hold on now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, go on. Well, right, we'll leave the last surprise until that. Just as I was saying, just to bring you to the last bit of today's wrap up for now. And I don't mind saying this is not easy for me to talk about, but I always feel better for having talked about it. And if there was a mistake I made back, well, it was a twofold mistake. Firstly, not talking about it when I should have talked about it, and then talking about it too much to anybody who'd actually listen, instead of having a little bit more cop on and dealing with it a bit better. But anyway, I've never made any secret of the fact that I have struggled with my mental health for a long time, and while meeting Susie has had a completely transformative effect on it in a positive sense, there's no point in disguising the fact that as the year goes on and the months go on, things do get a little bit more difficult from a few different directions, and therefore the book I just showed you there was just one reason why we want to sort of do as much as we can to keep the vegetable farming side of things going the 12 months of the year. Now, I would hope and really hope that we may have other irons in the fire as well, with which to diversify the business as the weeks and months go on. We've a few very exciting ideas in mind, some of which would have a very cathartic effect for me, because it would be healing old wounds that have festered for a long time. But look, that end of things is a fair bit down the line for now. I will see now she's gone out. She obviously has something else in the car which she hasn't told me about, which, knowing the way the woman has transformed my life in the last the last 2.5 years since we've met, but particularly in the last couple of months, you would not just know what she might come back in with. But as I was saying, we have some very exciting, I won't say plans yet, but we have some very exciting dreams and ambitions that we would at the very least like to explore going forward. But for now, I will leave you be, and I'll get herself to knock off the camera, and she will check in with you again very soon. Now, folks, we're back to do another bit. I know I've been threatening to do this for about the last 6 Sundays without actually getting to it, but lo and behold, we are here, and I'm about to just engage in another bit of artwork, would you believe? I better just ask the chief supervisor, am I using a brush or a sponge or
Whatever you want. I'm not picky in this one. This one's going to be abstract.
Yeah, well, I had the word freestyle in my head, but it's the same thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And I can just do whatever I
Yeah. Whatever you
fancy.
That's why I have a load of different greens and yellows.
And did I hear? Oh, there's some more water beside me. Is it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where it goes as such,
No.
because we are freestyling it. And folks, if you're a little bit surprised by this, you're not nearly half as surprised as I am. If you'd have told me 3 weeks or a month ago that I'd have blank canvases in the literal sense of the word, and the green has run into the yellow a bit, but look, that is what. Ladies and gents, I hope you'd have sort of got the gist with the unboxing, that we have some fairly exciting times ahead. I would hope that as one of the videos I made last week said in its title, everything is on the table at the moment. All options are open. I have a few projects in my head now. Some I think they're ambitious, no doubt. Somebody will call them foolhardy, but as I often refer to the Northern Irish tourism ad, you never know unless you go. So I'm in the frame of mind at the moment that I'm not only willing, but
I've got the other greens on that.
yeah, I'm not only willing, but actually desperate to give everything a go. And by everything, I mean all the different stark raving mad ideas I have in my head. So you would just know what we'd end up with.
Like when you say to me, I was thinking.
Yes, whenever Susan hears those 3 words coming one after the other out of my mouth, her eyes immediately roll to heaven, and then she has a sort of look of trepidation on her face, almost so much as to say, what in the name of God is he going to come out with now? But
I always say, like you,
we always give it a go.
Give it a go.
No matter what it'll be.
You know, I think unless people are like yourselves, maybe where things have stopped them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
and
like some things seem silly, but then you spent your whole life with people going, no,
you can't do this and you can't do that. Did I ever think I'd write a book?
Yeah.
No, I did not. And not only have I wrote one, as some of you will no doubt know, I am in the process of doing a second one, and where better than on my own YouTube channel to give a little hint, that there may even be a hat trick in the offing. Now, basically, where we're at, and this came about completely by accident and wholly due to Corona, it has to be said, where we're at a stage where we actually have two more or less in side by side production at the same time. I often heard people saying that the like of art and that was therapeutic and cathartic, I suppose you'd say, and indeed I would have. It's not that I would have, I do very much believe that from my own point of view at least, writing is absolutely the same, but did I ever honestly think I'd see myself picking up paintbrushes again? Not in a bazillion years, but so for now I will leave you go, and we might check in sooner rather than later with more in depth.